Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a magical day so far. If you're new here, my name is Becca and I make lots of Disney content, so if you like that kind of thing, please make sure you subscribe down below because it really will be helping me out. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all things Disney Plus, from my favourites to what's on my watch list to what they need to add like ASAP. Please do comment down below your favourites or anything you think they should add as well. I have done a TikTok on this and you guys absolutely loved it. So definitely go and check that out if you haven't already and see what everyone else has put. I think there's like 500 comments or something, which is crazy. So yeah, definitely go and join that discussion over on there. That'll be linked for you down below. So anyway, let's grab a cuppa and let's get started. So like many of you, I'm sure, I could not wait for the release of Disney Plus over here in the UK. Obviously it came out in America before and I just could not wait to get my hands on that Imagineering story more than anything else, to be honest. I paid for the upfront fee. It was like £45 for the whole year. Obviously that'll be running out soon actually, but I'm definitely renewing. That is no secret. I think it might go up because I paid like the early access price of like £45 a year. But yeah, I'm obviously going to be renewing it because it's literally all my life is at the minute. That and YouTube at the moment, and Netflix of course. But okay, so I've got my phone here with me so I can remember what my favourites are. First off, the Imagineering story. And I'm sure any die-hard Disney fan will appreciate how amazing that was, and I hope they make another season of it because I was obsessed. Finding out all about Disneyland, through to Disney World, to the Paris, and the transparency about how honest they were about Paris, and how, yeah, I just thought it was so interesting to hear about how all the parks were created and designed, and I just love hearing about the rides and hearing from all the Imagineers, especially Joe about Animal Kingdom. I just thought that was absolutely fascinating, and even though it's probably my fourth favourite park out of the 4 Disney parks, hearing about how it was created and all the work that went into it, I think it made me appreciate it even more. So that was amazing. Second is Encore, and I don't really know anyone who's really watched this, but Kristen Bell hosts it, and basically what happens is they go back to basically former high school students who put on a musical back in the day, then revisit their old school and put on the musical again, but obviously as adults now, and their kids come and watch, and families, and it's just so funny. Like, some of them have changed voices, some of them have gone on to do completely different careers, some of them have gone on to do acting careers, and I used to do school performances, and something just hit me with that show. It's like I think it was the first thing I actually watched. Like, one of the shows they did was Beauty and the Beast, which was obviously like my favourite show to do. They did Grease, which I also did, and just seeing how them all come back together after so many years of not seeing each other, it was like a reunion. And even though I don't know them, like, it just felt like you did. And then seeing them like reprise their roles with all the costumes, and obviously some of them are playing children, and oh, it's just so funny. And if you haven't watched it and you like musical theatre and Disney, I definitely recommend going and watching it. Also, Susan Egan makes an appearance, so win-win. Next is Pop Culture, and if you love Disney movies, just go and watch Pop Culture. I think the first one is Mary Poppins, so you can't go wrong with that, can you? And I actually cried at this because when they go and visit the carousel, which started the whole thing off, I'm not even going to give any spoilers away actually, just go and watch it. It's just beautiful, and it's really, really interesting as a massive Disney fan, especially the first one. The Mary Poppins one blew me away, so definitely go and check that out. Next is Sunrise, and this is quite a new addition, and it's something that I will go on to talk about a bit later about how I want them to expand this. So it's from the Disney Parks, so it says Disney Parks, I can see it right now, Disney Parks Sunrise series, and basically it's got all 4 parks in Disney World, and it shows them from sunset to sunset to sunrise, so it's like a time lapse of all the parks coming to life. And as a massive parks nerd, like, I absolutely love it. I find it so chilling. If I'm editing or if I'm reading, I just have it on in the background, and it's just so chill, and it just makes me miss home. So unfortunately it doesn't have Hollywood Studios, which is my favourite park, so I obviously watched the Magic Kingdom one. So going on to a bit more like musical themed now, I obviously watched Hamilton many times. I actually threw a Hamilton party. Obviously it wasn't many people here. It was me, my mum, my dad and my boyfriend. So yeah, that was a quiet party, but I did like a themed menu and got all my Hamilton props out and wore my Hamilton t-shirt from when I went to Broadway. I didn't actually see it on Broadway, unfortunately. I actually went into the booth and they told me it would be $2,000 for a ticket, so I cried outside instead. And that night I signed up for the pre-sale for the West End and managed to get tickets, and it was the best thing I ever saw. So probably my first or second favourite musical ever. So if you haven't seen Hamilton, where were you in 2020? First of all, and second of all, definitely just go and watch it if you haven't seen it 50 times already. Another musical that Disney Plus put on there, which I had never seen or really shown any interest before, which is surprising with me for Disney and musicals, but it's Disney's Newsies, and not the original one. I've still not seen the original, but I watched the one with Jeremy Jordan, the Broadway production. It was like filmed on stage, like Hamilton was, and it was so good. Like, I am in love with the song Santa Fe. I just think it's a really, really good show, and I would love them to bring it to the UK, and I would definitely get tickets. So if anyone from Disney's watching this, probably not, but if you are, please bring it over to the UK. You have a ticket buyer in me. Similar but not too similar is High School Musical, the series, and I was obviously a High School Musical stan growing up. It is my era. Anything Disney Channel in the 2000s is me. I was born in 99, so yeah, literally anything like that. And I was really apprehensive. I remember when they announced this and everyone on Twitter was like kicking off, especially like the Gen Zs, and I was really, really nervous about what they were going to do with the show. But I was pleasantly surprised. I think I don't know, I was really worried about how it would play out, but I was really, really pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. That is a show I binged, and I had to wait. Well, I didn't binge it because I had to wait a week. Every week a new episode was released, because the episodes are so much shorter than you think, because it says it's like 40 minutes, but the credits are like 5-10 minutes long. So it's very misleading in that sense, but it was so good. And if you just want like a crappy bingey series to watch, like go and watch that, because I've rewatched it since, and at the end I just cried. I just love it. And obviously I actually rewatched it after this whole driver license fiasco, which if you haven't heard about this, I mean, again, where have you been? But driver's license has been like #1. It's broke like loads of records by a girl named Olivia Rodrigo, who starred in High School Musical, the musical series, and her co-star Josh is apparently got like this thing going on with her and with Sabrina Carpenter, who was playing Katie in Mean Girls on Broadway, and she's been in some other Netflix things, and oh, it's all a big drama. I can't keep up with the kids these days, but basically I got invested in the drama and I decided to rewatch it again, and I'm sad because I love them two together, and I really hope everything works out, and I hope Olivia's okay, and I hope Sabrina's okay. I think it's all a bit of a crappy situation, but I wish them all the best nonetheless. Next is Fairytale Weddings. I mean, if you didn't already want a Disney wedding, you will now. I mean, it's so expensive though. I mean, I'm not engaged or anything. My boyfriend's not proposed to me, like we're only 21. But I have looked at pricing up a Disney wedding, and it is absolutely extortionate. It's eye-watering. Like, especially if you want to be in front of the castle at night time with the fireworks. You can get happily ever after played just for you and your party. Like, that is crazy and very, very, very expensive. But if you have the time to splash the cash, and I mean, look into it. But you don't have to just get married there. You can get married at Fort Wilderness, you can get married in Epcot, you can get married in Animal Kingdom in front of the Tree of Life. Yeah, there's so many things you can do. But yeah, definitely. You can even do Tower of Terror actually, which is really cool if you've got a big Tower of Terror fan. But yeah, I would love to, but I think I'll settle for a Disney proposal or honeymoon, because I don't think a Disney wedding is feasible for my entire family and Tom's family to come over from the UK. But we can dream, we can dream. Next is decorating for the holidays. So if you are a massive Christmas/Halloween person like I am, my dream is to go to see Disney World for Halloween and Christmas and the changeover, and basically Disney Plus put that content out for us so we could actually see the transition between Halloween and Christmas, and it is so cool, so definitely go and check that one out. Two Christmassy things that I thought I'd mention is the Christmas film Noel and Godmother. They both came out around Christmas time, and I really look forward to them after watching the trailer for them, and they didn't disappoint. Noel is probably one of them films I'm going to watch every single Christmas now. I have like 30 films that I rewatch every single December, and that'll probably be one of them now. I really enjoyed it. It's a bit funny, and Anna Kendrick's in it, so obviously I enjoyed it. Godmother is really good. I like the storyline, and yeah, I don't know if it's one I'd watch every year, but I definitely would recommend to watch it. Another film is Soul, and that came out recently, and I actually really enjoyed that. It's one of those, like, I didn't understand it fully, and then it's one of those, you either understand it, it might take a rewatch, but yeah, I think it's a beautiful story. It's not my favourite, but it was enjoyable. And then two films that I've watched that I'd never seen before, which existed before Disney Plus, I just never got around to seeing, but really enjoyed, and that was The Good Dinosaur, which I only watched literally like a couple of weeks ago, but it made me cry and I really enjoyed it, so Good Dinosaur. And then the other one is Descendants, and I cannot believe I missed out on watching Descendants. It was just after, like, you know, like when you have that transition from Disney Channel to like adult TV, like Friends and stuff. That must have come out like around that time for me, so I'd never seen any of them, and it was probably one of the first films I watched when I got Disney Plus back in March last year, and oh my god, it's so good! I watched all three in like 2 days, and then rewatched them, and I've probably watched the first one at least 6 times now in a year. I just love it. I just love the music and the attitude, and Kristen Chenoweth's in it, and Dove Cameron, and oh, I just love it. The casting's amazing, and I'm obsessed. I think it's one of the cleverest storylines ever. Yeah, I love it. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is the Marvel films, and you'll be surprised I've never watched any of them apart from like bits of Iron Man and the Spider-Man films, but obviously they're not part of the Marvel universe in that way. I don't know, it's confusing. So basically I've managed to avoid every single spoiler about Marvel for my entire life. So with me being in lockdown 3.0 in the UK, I decided that I would rewatch them from beginning, but in chronological order, because most people don't get to do that for the first time. So me being in the position that I'm in, I'm really grateful that Disney have put them a section in the Marvel section of Marvel universe in chronological order. So I've been watching them from the first Captain America all the way through. So it's easier for me to understand because there's like 20 films. So when I set out to do this, I was like, but I'm really enjoying them actually. I've been ranking them all and rating them out of 10, and I'm doing a whole video on that when I can. So when I've watched them all, it should be in the next 2 weeks, I will be able to put that video out for you and give you my first impressions of all the Marvel films with no preconceptions of what I should enjoy. I have no idea what the people's opinions are. Like, I don't really know anyone who's a massive Marvel fan, but it's something that I've always wanted to watch, and I'm finally getting the opportunity to do so because of this lockdown. So I am doing it, and yeah, I'm about halfway through at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I'm currently on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Is it Volume 2? I think it is. Yes, I'm really enjoying that. Halfway through now, and yeah, that video will be with you very shortly. So on my list to watch, like I just said, I am obviously finishing the Marvel movies at the moment, halfway through and powering through those. Next will be WandaVision, and I asked over on my Instagram stories today if any of you had some things that were your favourites or that you want to go and watch. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I will link my channel below for you. But basically I got loads of replies saying WandaVision. Obviously it's like come out recently and it's still coming out weekly at the moment as I'm filming this, and people are going crazy for it. It's all over my TikTok and stuff, and I'm just quickly trying to swipe away from spoilers because it'll probably be the first thing I watch after the Marvel films. I finished all the Marvel films. And then I also want to watch the Spider-Man movies, but they're not on Disney Plus, which is very annoying. Next is Inside Pixar, and I think that only came out recently, but obviously I'm a massive Pixar fan, and I really want to see what that's all about because I love Pixar and I want to see all the animation. I don't really know what it's about, but I saw it and I was like, yep, that's a bit of me. Next is Zenimation, which apparently is very similar to the Disney Sunrise series, where they like do like some really chilled music to like different Disney films. And yeah, I love all things animations and zen and chill just before I go to bed, so it'll probably be something I watch just before I go to bed and try and get to sleep to it. And then the next one is Clouds, and it keeps popping up like recommended for you, and everyone I've spoken to that's watched this have said it's so good, but it's really sad, and I've just not yet been in the mood to watch something really sad. I've actually been watching lots of crime documentaries over on Netflix, so maybe I need a break from those and I'll watch this really sad film. But yeah, I've not got around to it yet, but I will. It is on my list. And then onto the last section is things I think they should add to Disney Plus. And like I said, I did a TikTok about this a couple of weeks ago, and it's had like 100,000 views and 500 comments, and it's crazy, and you guys seem to really enjoy that one. So if you join me from over on my TikTok, hello, my other social channels and my TikTok will be linked down below for you. And so if you do go and check that out, leave me a comment and say hi, and give me any of your suggestions that you think should be added to Disney Plus. There has been crazy amounts. So I'm going to tell you just some of the ones that are my favourites that people have suggested, or that I've suggested myself. And the one that got the biggest reaction was House of Mouse. If you don't know what House of Mouse is, basically it's a really old show where there was this like stage, and all the characters from all the different films were like together, and it was just amazing for a massive characters fan. Seeing all the like, you know, seeing Jasmine with Daisy, and it was crazy, and it's so funny, and it was like little cartoon shorts and you'd watch it, and yeah, it was really funny. And apparently they're bringing it back. I don't know if it's because of my video, probably not, but apparently they are, and I cannot wait because I'm going to binge it and watch it all the time. Another thing is Enchanted, and for some reason Enchanted isn't on Disney Plus. I don't know if they've got a license with someone else to play, I don't know. But they're obviously making Enchanted 2 soon with Amy Adams. Well, I don't know if they're going to do it as like a social media stunt. I know some people have commented that, saying, oh, I bet they're doing it for like publicity, so they'll just announce, they'll release it around the time that Enchanted 2, just before Enchanted 2 comes out, etc., to get some hype. But I miss that film because I love it so much. I think it's on Sky for anyone in the UK, but it's not the same, is it? The other thing I suggested, which is linking to the Disney Park Sunrise series, is like park walkthroughs. And I don't know how, I know that a lot of people do this on YouTube, and a lot of people have comments saying, hey, you'll have a look at Resort TV 1 and everything like that. But if Disney did it, I just feel like it would be so much better. I don't know, like with like the parks music playing, and you walking through and seeing the castles and all the attractions and the noise and the people, and oh, I wish I'd smell-o-vision. Oh my god, imagine being able to smell Disney like constantly 24/7. That would be the dream. Obviously adding the Resort TV as well, which we all know is a classic when you stay in a Disney resort, all that kind of thing. I think they should just expand on Disney Parks content, because I do think it would encourage more people to book a Disney holiday, more than anything. From a business perspective, it definitely makes me want to go back. Next is the Disney Channel games, and if you grew up watching Disney Channel, you'll know that they used to have like all the stars of Disney Channel, like Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens and Selena Gomez and Zack and Cody, everyone like that. Zack and Cody, Cole and Dylan Sprouse. They all competed in this like Olympics for the Disney Channel, and it was so funny. But good news is apparently they're adding it to Disney Plus, and I don't know if this is just in the American one, because a lot of my followers are American, but if it could be American/UK, I don't know. I hope it's coming to both, because I say that it might not, because like for us in the UK, Sunny with a Chance still isn't on Disney Plus UK. What are they playing at? I don't know, but I'm desperate for that to come back. And last but not least, I want more Broadway shows. Like I said, Hamilton is on there, Newsies is on there, and they're about to bring Disney's Aladdin on here, which I'm so excited about. I saw it in the West End and I loved it, and it is the West End show that they are putting on. I don't know if it's the same cast I saw, but I'll double check. I think it is, because I saw it a couple of years ago now, quite a few years ago now. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. I just hope they keep bringing more and more and more. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. If you have any favourites of your own that I haven't mentioned, or if you've got any ideas for what Disney Plus should add themselves, please do leave a comment down below and we can get a chat going. I really appreciate all of you guys sticking around and supporting my channel. I am so close to 100 subscribers, so thank you so much if you are one of them. And if you're not, come on and join me over my little corner of the internet. So again, thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!